I want to say something about now, not in the way you've probably heard it said before, not as an instruction, not as a mindfulness mantra, not as the kind of thing printed on a cushion in a yoga studio, as something sharper than that, as a philosophical position that I think once you actually feel it rather than just understand it, changes everything. The present moment is the only place any living ever actually happens. That sounds obvious, it might even sound trite, but stay with me for a moment because I think most of us spend the overwhelming majority of our waking hours somewhere other than now. We're in the past replaying what happened and how it should have gone differently. Or we're in the future rehearsing conversations that haven't happened yet, bracing for outcomes we can't control, managing risks that may never arrive. We live in a kind of permanent corridor between a past we can't change and a future we can't see. And we call that corridor ordinary life. But the past is a memory. It exists now only as a thought, real in its effects, real in what it taught you, but not itself real in this moment. And the future is an anticipation. It exists now only as a projection, useful for planning, dangerous when it becomes a place you actually live. The only thing that is actually concretely, undeniably real is this. What's happening right now? The breath you're taking, the screen in front of you, the quality of the light wherever you are. This isn't a technique for relaxing. This is a description of where life actually lives. I've been thinking about this more concretely recently. There are moments that have landed differently for me in the last few months. Sitting with my father in a quiet room, not solving anything, not managing anything, just being in the room with him, with the particular quality of late afternoon light and the sound of his breathing. Golf afternoons with my sons, not the score, not the performance, the specific feeling of walking across the grass in the afternoon and the sound of the three of us laughing at something that will be forgotten by Tuesday. Those moments didn't require me to do anything differently. They just required me to be where I already was, without the part of my mind that's always slightly elsewhere, already in the next thing, already reviewing the last one. What I'm describing isn't rare or difficult to access. It's actually the default state, the one we keep leaving. The mind's tendency to drift into the past and future is real and persistent, but it's a habit, not a permanent condition. And the invitation, not the instruction, the invitation is simply to notice when you've drifted and return. Not with force, not with effort, but in the way a river finds its bed, naturally, because it was always flowing there anyway. The Tao Te Ching has a concept, ziran, often translated as naturalness or spontaneity, things happening of their own accord, not being forced into being, not wrestled into position, the present moment that has quality. It doesn't need to be achieved. It's what's here when you stop effortlessly being somewhere else. There's a grief in this too, and I want to be honest about it. Fully inhabiting the present means letting go of the version of you that lives slightly in the past. The one who's still replaying old conversations, still carrying old resentments, still being the person who was hurt in a different chapter of the story. And it means letting go of the version of you that lives slightly in the future. The one who's always preparing for the next thing, always managing what comes next, always braced. Both of those versions feel necessary. They feel like they're protecting you, but they're also the ones stopping you from feeling your actual life while it's happening. This moment, this conversation, wherever you're listening from, this is it. Not the preview and not the review, the actual thing. Same blood,